Alrighty, y'all, welcome back to our first ever guest on the Generational Revival podcast. We got Bryce, of course.
Yo.
Let's go. And today we have a very big guest. We have a very important guest. We got Luke Fitz. You've probably seen him on Instagram pop it off with the recipe videos. He's been absolutely blowing up in lifestyle, just so much more. And I've been seeing Luke for the longest time. We've kind of been in touch.
Forever.
Yeah, for literally forever.
Guy caught me at 50 followers.
Yep,
50
literally.
followers.
Day
50
one.
followers.
I'm a real one. But yeah, like Luke, honestly, my eye caught my eye for sure when he first started, and it's been great to witness his growth and kind of see how far you've come during this time. And it's been great meeting you today. We literally met today. But yeah, today we're gonna kind of dive into Luke's story, get to know him, how he got to where he is today, and yeah. So without further ado, I say we dive straight into it. Well, welcome, Luke. Welcome.
Thank you for having me, and thank you again, Paul. I always shout him out with every kind of thing I do. Really, he was like the first guy that followed me. I was in the backyard. I actually remember it. Paul followed me. I was with my boy who actually set up this podcast.
Let's go.
Kind of full circle moment. Paul followed me. I was like, no way, this guy with like 150,000 followers at the time followed me. Shouted me out like 2 months later at Miami. So very thankful for Paul and Bryce as well. What they've been doing with Generational Revival is absolutely game changing. So appreciate a lot of credit to you boys.
Yeah,
Very
no, of
inspired
course,
about what you're doing,
bro. It's all you though, all you. No, I love it. But yeah, bro, thank you for coming on. And
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
I guess, bro,
Happy to be here.
Let's go. Happy to be here. Shout out, happy to be here, Cacao, real quick. But yeah, bro, great to have you on. And I guess if we want to just dive straight into it,
Let's get into Let's get into the meat of it.
Let's hop into it, bro. But yeah,
we got the milk. We need the meat.
Oh yeah, we got the raw milk, of course, guys. Every single guest, this is what we're doing. Every single guest we have on, we're having them try raw milk. That's gonna be a non-negotiable. They're gonna be forced to under their
Better
own
not
will.
be lactose intolerant.
Hey, nah, not with raw milk. They're good. But yeah.
All right. Let's
get into it. But basically, obviously, we got our milk fueling us. But let's dive straight into it. I would say to start, bro, just to get into it, kind of your upbringing. I'd love to hear kind of your story, because obviously your upbringing dictates a lot of how you end up being and can tell a lot about someone's story and who they are. So I'd love to kind of hear kind of what your upbringing looked like in terms of faith, in terms of health, in terms of just who you are today, and kind of how that shaped you.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's obviously, like, the pre-conscious state when you're growing up and you get baptized, family's religious, and that's kind of the setting the scene. My family was always religious. I was never God-fearing growing up, super devout, but when I got into that conscious state of high school, I always had God in my back pocket. Like, I knew God was, like, you know, this right and wrong type of thing, but I didn't really know what it meant to love God. And the reason why I bring up God first is because, you know, along with you guys, he's such an important part of my journey and really what brought me to the point where I am today. You know, all credit due to him. Obviously, Paul helped me out, but all credit due to him. It's part of the plan.
Mm-hmm.
So high school is when I kind of got into my bad habits, and really kind of what shaped me. I'm thankful for every part of the journey in high school, all the ups and all the downs for sure. God had his hand in all of it. So let's take it to freshman year. All my friends smoked weed, I think probably starting in 8th grade. And freshman year, they were all like, yo, like hit this, blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, like I don't want to do that. So freshman year, I stood strong. I was still drinking, trying to get with girls as best as possible.
With no luck.
with not a lot of luck. I was always a super kind of insecure kid. I wasn't happy with the way I looked, definitely with the way I felt. My diet wasn't on point. I wasn't exercising. So I didn't feel good. I didn't look good. And I was starting to get into those bad habits. I was always good in school. I was, you know, a respectful, well-mannered kid. But yeah, during high school, I fell into these bad habits. So after freshman year, I was just drinking, lusting. And then sophomore year, finally was like, all right, throw me in the rotation for the joint. And that's when I kind of took off on the bad habits. I was in boarding school, and surprisingly, like, you think boarding school is a bunch of great kids. Do not get me wrong. Great kids. Yeah. But there's a lot of weed in boarding school. So I started smoking with my home friends, and then I brought it up to school. I was smoking with all of my friends at school. Carts, they don't smell, so you can smoke them right in the room. It's bad. It gets you high really quick, really violently high. Yeah. And, sketchy brands too. It's not good stuff. So I got into that, and it's so depressing. It was like every day because, like I said, like I wasn't a confident kid. I was always super insecure with the way I looked, so weed was an outlet for me. It was kind of like, all right, get through the day, get through classes, don't feel good about yourself, get back to the room, take a hit of the pen, and it's just like, all the
takes everything off.
Yes. And then tomorrow morning comes, and you're like, damn, I got to go to school again. I hate the way I look. I hate my image. I hate the way I feel. I hate doing this, everything. And it's like, there's no vision. It's just kind of like, get good grades, like, listen to your mom and dad, try to fly under the radar, and then hit the pen, drink on the weekends. Luckily, it was just the weekends for drinking, but it was 7 days a week for smoking. And then, just lustful thoughts all the time, lustful actions. Luckily, I never really got into that, like, the porn addiction, which I know a lot of people struggle with. That's definitely an epidemic. But I was heavily into drinking, smoking, definitely lustful. And it took a hold of me because, like I said, I wasn't happy with myself. Drinking and smoking made me feel good in the moment. I was happy with myself when I was drunk, when I was high. I wasn't truly happy with myself, but I wasn't conscious. I wasn't in the real world. I was in that state of fake dopamine. I was intoxicated, and it made me feel like I was complete. But it was fake, and it was fleeting. So I woke up the next morning, nasty hangover, did nothing good for myself. Look forward to the next weekend, or, maybe I got lucky and it's Saturday morning, so I can go out, smoke, and then drink that night and eat some crappy, greasy food to make me feel better.
It's just numbing. And straight numbing.
That was my high school, just a repeated cycle. It was so depressing. Like, I had really nothing going for me other than the fact that I got good grades. But the biggest thing was I didn't respect myself. You know what I mean? And that's a lot of what I value as success is, not wealth, but do you respect yourself? And I had no respect for myself. So that was high school, just insecurities and digging a deeper and deeper hole with substances and these worldly things that now I preach a lot to stay away from. Because it truly, it's just digging a deeper and deeper hole with these things. So
and during high school, what do you think made you fall into this? Like, was it just wanting to be liked by your friends and like wanting to fit in and be a part of that group? Or do you think it was just your own, like completely your own choices? Like, what do you think encouraged you or led you to like go down that path?
Yeah, your circle is everything. Like, you take your 5 closest friends and whatever their habits are, those are going to become your habits.
Exactly.
Because it's what you're around. So your circle is everything, and great kids. I love my friends. Love them. Still love them to this day. I want the very best for them. Great kids, emotionally just great kids, but we had bad habits. I had bad habits. I wasn't a bad kid. I was struggling. You know what I mean? A lot of people struggle. Like, It's not like you're a bad kid. It's like you're struggling. There's some internal stuff that's going on. So it was definitely the circle. And it was also my own insecurities that kept me coming back. And then also just the pressure to fit in because I wasn't a confident kid. So it was like, when I could go out, drink, and, get my flow and talk to girls.
The liquid confidence, right?
The liquid confidence, yeah. And there's some truth to that. You're definitely, you forget your insecurities for that moment. So there's some truth to that for sure. So definitely my circle is what got me into it, and my insecurities kept me coming back, those struggles internally that I faced, because I wasn't ready to say no. I wasn't ready to keep saying no. I said no for a while, but then it just, it's just that reminder, like, yo, like, come on, like, we're doing this. It's enjoyable. It's fun. It's what everybody's doing. So I guess the fitting in is,
No, 100%.
For sure.
And this is a trap that all of us at this table have fallen into, and it's just a common theme with everyone's story. And it just goes to show, like we always say, like, you do become who you surround yourself with, and your circle is one of the most important things that 100%. You can ever have. But something that I love that you actually brought up is the fact that no one's bad. No one's like a bad person. We're not like just bad, evil people, right? Like everyone has good within them. Like God is instilled good within each and every one of us. We have those two voices on our shoulder. We have God and the devil on our shoulders. And it just comes down to like difficulties that you face in your life, and all it is a numbing mechanism to kind of numb reality, kind of numb the things that you're struggling with that you don't want to deal with, and the insecurities that you're not willing to face, or the work that you're avoiding. And I think that's the common theme for so many, and it seems like
Yeah.
it
And
was for you too.
I see it firsthand with a lot of my dad's friends. He's a veteran, so a lot of the veterans that he's friends with, he got deployed. So a lot of his buddies now have PTSD, and some of them unfortunately have fallen into like they're struggling internally, so they fall into substance abuse, and it's definitely it's an epidemic. So it's not like people are bad people, but it's just like we struggle with things internally, and obviously that's a further extent of what I was struggling with. But that goes to show like what we're talking about. It's a struggle internally. It's not good or bad.
And and I think it's like how we respond to the struggles that we face, because we all face struggles in our life, and so like how do we choose to deal with it? And on the one hand, doing things like numbing it with alcohol, with weed, with nicotine, like all these things, like, and it numbs it temporarily, and so that's like the quickest solution. So I think naturally we want to run to like, what's the quickest way to get rid of this feeling that I'm facing? But in reality, like choosing the delayed gratification, like that is what's better and what's best. But it's just like, I 100% agree with you guys. Like it's not, you're not a bad person. You're just in a bad environment, or you're making just the wrong decisions, like that you think are right. But
And I think like something, even if it's not like a direct painful experience that you went through or trauma that you went through, I think a lot of people just lack purpose. You know what I mean? They don't know why they're here. They don't know, like, why wouldn't I go and smoke and drink with my friends if everyone else is doing it? And like, what else am I doing? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just in school. Like, I feel like this is such a common thread where people just don't have purpose or a vision, and it makes sense. Like, they're young, you know what I mean? You're figuring that out. But when you don't know what you want to do or who you want to be or who you're living for, you kind of are just lost. And then you choose naturally the easiest things.
And this is the thing, let's take away adults. Let's take, children, kids, adolescents that are up and coming, whether it's high school, it's college. When you get all your schoolwork done, you're getting straight A's. It's like, it really doesn't take up a lot of time and a lot of willpower to get good grades.
AI now too, bro.
Yeah. So you do that, and then it's like, well, the rest of your day, like,
how do you fill that gap?
You do you, yeah. Like, and unfortunately, what you do a lot of the times is what your friends do, and unfortunately, the way our society is kind of constructed and just kind of the vices that we've fallen into nowadays are the wrong things, and its purpose. That's really what we need to implement or to push more in our society, which I'm so happy is why you guys are starting or really taking off a generational revival, is you're bringing God, health, and wellness back into our generation. So it's not substances that we need to be chasing. It's the right things. God, health, wellness.
Yeah, and it's just learning that the purpose is God. That's what changes everything. Like, once you truly know that God has an amazing plan for you and that He has something amazing in store, that's when you actually have unlimited purpose.
Yeah, so instead of at the end of the day going back to my room, for instance, boarding school, going back to my room and ripping the carts, like, go start up a Bible study. Chase the Lord. Go start up a run club. Go with your friends. Play in the woods. Like, we have the woods next to us. Like,
classic.
Or something.
Do fun stuff,
Be a
man.
kid, bro. Be a
Do
kid.
fun stuff. This is what we need. We need fun stuff to do. That's not instant gratification. Or, I mean, it is instant gratification. When I would go, like, and do the right thing sometimes after school, maybe I hit the cart, but then we went snowboarding. It's like, go snowboarding, bro.
A win is a win. A win is a win.
Like, so you just have to look for the right things, and it takes effort. So, develop your friends, pick the right friends, and really just strive to be involving yourself in the right things.
No, 100%. And I think that makes it easier to say no, too. Because you have a reason to say no. You have a purpose that you have to achieve or want to achieve. So it gives you the strength to actually say no to things instead of just being like, why wouldn't I say yes?
Yeah.
Because you have nothing else you're doing. So I think that's powerful. But what I would say to kind of get back on track with your story, like, obviously you're starting to dive deep into the world. You don't have purpose. You're not respecting yourself. Like, your self-worth is going down the drain. Like, when did you find that purpose? What kind of brought you, or what was the low that kind of, if there was a low that kind of brought you out of that?
So I don't think it was like that rock bottom. A lot of people have those powerful rock bottoms. What mine was, it was an accumulation, which I think is more prominent of these bad habits, of these insecurities piling up. And it's like, senior year was when it really hit me, because it's like, okay, like I'm about to leave high school. I'm about to go into college. I hate the way high school went. I really don't respect what I did for the past 3.5 years. I don't want this to happen in college. I don't want to be this person in college. I want to be better. I want to respect myself. So I said, enough is enough. I hate doing what I'm doing on a daily basis. It's so hard to do these things on a daily basis, not because they're actually hard, but because I don't like myself. And when people are looking at me, I don't like I feel so insecure. So I was like, I don't want to feel this way in college. Everything would be so much easier if I just started working out, made myself feel better by my diet, exercising, doing the right things, doing things that I respect, chasing God, all the things that I knew were right, but I was just avoiding. So senior year, I was like, enough is enough. We did this thing called capstone, so we had to give presentations like every week, and I hated doing that because, again, you're insecure. So I was like, I'm not doing this. So we had a long break. March of our senior year, we got a month off. I was like, let's get dialed. Let's get dialed.
Yes, sir.
So I wrote down a list of things to do every day. I addressed all of my insecurities. I worked on them every day. It was like 8 a.m., do this, 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m. I got everything done. It was like, I'm not a disciplined guy, so I read it down on a schedule. This is exactly what I want to address. And if I can just have the discipline to check off every one of these boxes for this March break, you can make a lot of progress in a month, and I did. I changed my entire life. I went back to school at the end of March break. I was running every day, whether it was like 3 to 5 miles in the morning, long runs on the weekends, like 12, 13 miles. I felt like a dog. All my friends were like, yo, where'd this come from? And I felt so good about myself, and I was like, everybody should feel this way. Like, this is awesome. And it got me hooked. I was running in the mornings before classes, 6:15 every day. I woke up every day. The alarm went off. I go for the run, come back, take a cold shower, get breakfast with my boy, and then go to classes. Felt great about myself. After classes, I was doing yoga for a sport at the time, so I did yoga, and then I went to the gym.
Let's go.
And it was like, this is like heaven. I feel awesome about myself. People are looking at me differently. Like, I can finally talk to the people who I could never have talked to before. I'm opening new doors for myself, and it's all because I'm just investing in myself. So that rock bottom was more of an accumulation of things where it was like, I can't keep going on like this. I have to address these insecurities and literally just turn my life around. So that's what I did. I really took it from 0 to 60. Obviously, you're never a finished finished product.
Oh, yeah.
But the whole thing is, it's just that journey and having respect for yourself and having discipline to better yourself every day. So I hopped on that wagon, and that was my senior year. That was the end of the senior year.
And so if someone is in a spot right now where they're living for the world, where they're doing things like drinking, they're chasing simple pleasures and just easy stuff, like, what would you say is the best starting point for someone to get on the right track there? Is it changing your diet, trying to go to the gym, or like for you, maybe it was writing down, like planning out your days, or like what do you think the best advice you could give to someone who is in a situation where they're like lost, or they want to start living healthier and living a better lifestyle, but they don't know what to do?
I'd say address what's painful. And why is it painful? So for me, I didn't like the way I looked, and the way I talked. So address those things and take the steps that are right in front of you that you've been avoiding because they're difficult. Stop caring about what people think. Stop caring about it's going to be hard. Just address what's painful and just fix it, because your life will be so much better if you just do the things that you are avoiding. And after you do those things, you go, man, like, why was I living like that for so long?
100%.
I was living in hell because I was just avoiding a little bit of work that could make my life heaven.
No, yeah, and that's the trap that so many of us fall into. Like, we all know to the core of us, like, we know our lives would be better if we stopped drinking, started waking up earlier, started kind of grinding in that way, started to give up these things that we know are pulling us away from God. Like, you don't need to be insanely smart to know, like, okay, smoking is probably not good for me. Eating these crap foods is probably not good for me. Like, I should probably start working towards something and doing things. Like, we all know this, and God gives us that conviction, but it's hard to just pursue.
And when you say smart, it's like emotionally intelligent.
It's emotional intelligence.
You don't feel good when you wake up hungover.
Yeah.
You don't feel good when you keep running back to these substances to put a Band-Aid on what's a bullet hole that you need to really pack in and fill with purpose and hard work. Like, you have to fill that thing. You can't keep putting a Band-Aid on that just gets ripped off every morning or every time that the high wears away.
Yeah, exactly. It's all just endless highs and lows, and we're just chasing the highs, and it's just putting us in deeper lows. Where when you're actually, like you did, went all in and just experience that, all it takes is 1 month. Once you get a taste of it, this is a part of all of our journeys. Like, we all kind of went all in.
Yeah.
Once you get a taste, you can't even believe that you lived a certain way. You can't even understand it.
You never want to go back.
You never want to go back.
Here's the thing, too. I didn't even think, like, drinking and smoking, like, I wasn't even like, I need to quit drinking, I need to quit smoking. But once I dialed in on my health, I was like, man, drinking makes me feel like crap. I can't run. I can't do my long run after because I feel so crappy. I slept like crap. My HRV was low. We know drinking is just horrible for your health. 2 drinks a week max is what Andrew Huberman says, and no drinks is better. That's scientifically proven. Drinking makes you feel like crap. So when you actually experience what it feels like to feel good, you'll be like, why was I drinking? Yeah. And the same thing with being high. If I smoked weed and I get high, I go to bed and I don't even think about what I need to do the next day. I wake up and I'm completely lost. So it's like, these things just don't make you feel good. They take the quality of your life and just throw it in the garbage, really.
Yeah. No, literally. And I would say, like, it's not an easy thing to do, right? Like, it's not easy to make that jump, but I honestly do think going all in makes it easier. Like, when you just go all in, you cut it out entirely.
Set that boundary.
Exactly. Like, there's less temptation there when you commit to something and you're all in for something, and then you get a taste of it and it becomes easier to do. But something that I want to touch on that I think is important, because when you go all in, right, like, you have this friend group, you're surrounded by these people, and all of a sudden you just make this crazy turnaround, right? You just have this month where you just become a different person. Yeah. Like, surely you change every aspect of your life in that way. So obviously there's going to be reactions towards friends. Like, what was kind of that reaction with friendships and everything else?
Luckily for me, I've always been a well-mannered and very down-to-earth, emotional person. So my friends, I would say, had a positive reaction to what I was doing. I think they saw a light in it because I didn't go out and be like, like, I just ran, 13 miles Sunday morning, like, whatever it is, like, what are you doing, like, blah blah blah. I was like, man, like, I didn't even say it. I just went out and ran, and then they saw me coming back from my runs, and they were just like, wow.
Yeah.
It was just like there were just no words. It was just kind of like watching it happen. It was just like, wow. Like, it's truly like I was just reborn. So I'd say they had a positive reaction to it, luckily, because the self-improvement journey, I did it quietly, and I think that's the way it has to be. You just kind of have to focus internally.
Put your head down and just, like, grind, just be in that season. I know for me and for you, Paul, like, there was that season of solitude where we felt like kind of isolated, like separated from peers. Like, sometimes you have to stand out and do what other people aren't doing, whether that's like waking up early and going for a run or choosing not to go eat out with your friends because you want to eat healthy food. Like, sometimes that solitude and that separation is necessary to get to where you want to go. And so how would you say that, like, did that, your friends responding positively, like, do you think that had they responded negatively, like, do you think that would have impacted your journey, like, threw you off at all, or did you have enough confidence at this point to, like, have that within yourself to keep going?
Yeah, well, I would say everybody always tries to drag you back into the person that you were, because everybody feels a lot more comfortable when everybody's drinking.
It's so true.
Everybody feels really uncomfortable when you're there and you're not drinking and you leave early. It makes everybody feel really uncomfortable. So I think that was it was just kind of an unfamiliar thing of like, yo, like, come on, bro. Like, let's just have a few drinks. But it wasn't like, yo, like, you're this, you're that for not drinking. It was more just like, yo, like, this what you do, bro. Yeah. Like, this what we've always been doing. It's been great. Yeah. It hasn't, not for me, man. It hasn't been great for me.
100%. And that's still difficult, you know what I mean? Because naturally it's going to distance you from people naturally, because now you just don't get along as much because you don't have as much in common. You know what I mean? Something that was, especially a lot of friendships are solely based on drinking together or doing these certain vices together and joining each other in misery in a way, you know what I mean, of self-harm. So the moment that you stop doing that, people will project onto that and will want to drag you back in. But honestly, it seems like what you were saying, like, that shows a lot about your friends, you know what I mean, to be able to still respect you and still care about you, because
great friends.
it's a very difficult thing, you know what I mean, with those things. A lot of times people try to brag you or drag you really far down. And I think I always tell people, because so many people always ask, like, how do you know if I should stay friends with certain people or if I should go away from certain friends, whatever it may be? And what I think it comes down to is you have to see how they react to you changing. You know what I mean? If they are starting to attack you and persecute you for making changes to advance your life, those are probably not friends that you should have in your life. But if they respond to it like, hey, listen, like, I respect that. Obviously, I wish you'd come back with us, but like, I respect what you're doing and like still love you, don't treat you any differently. That's a telling sign.
Those same friends don't care if I go out anymore. They don't care. And that's the best thing. If you care whether I go out or not, you're probably not that great of a friend.
Yeah. 100%.
So the fact that they don't care, and when I do go out, you know, because, you know, respectful, I have a lot of love for them. It's great to go out and catch up. It's awesome. But I just focus on the life now that I want to create, and I know that substances, most importantly, are a distraction to that. And I'm focused on really that taste of what I got senior year of just really heaven on earth when you dial in on yourself.
Dude, absolutely, 100%. Once you get a taste of it, like we said, there's no going back. So obviously at this point, now you've gotten that taste, right?
Gotten the taste.
Senior year, you're starting to live that out, right? Where would you say, like, once you go to college, are you maintaining that? Because obviously that's a whole new battle in itself. Like, college is a new environment, has different culture. We all know the culture that I'm not a fan of personally. That's why I always speak against it. But in general, like, there's a culture there that everyone knows about. And how was that journey with you? Like, were you even more motivated? Like, where were you at in your journey at that point?
Yeah, so I think the best way to describe it is like chronologically. So at the end of senior year, I was great. I was fit. I had the six-pack. It was awesome. I was going on the senior parties, but I wasn't really drinking. I'm feeling good about myself. And when I did drink every time, it reminded me why I didn't drink. When I did smoke, it reminded me why I didn't smoke. So after the senior parties, I was like, I'm good. I'm dialed in. From then on to like July, I drank like one or two times. Every time it just reminds you, okay, this is why I don't drink. And then July, my best friend, I was in my backyard next to my pool, and he was like, bro, you're looking dice. Like, you're doing well for yourself, like fitness-wise. Like, you should start a fitness account. I'm like, really? And he was like, yeah, bro, hell yeah. And he was like, we probably get you like, it was July 3rd, July 2nd. And he was like, we probably get you 5,000 followers by the time you get to Miami. And I'm like, hell yeah. He was like, yeah, we can start making money, bro. And I'm like, sounds like a great deal to me, brother. Like, let's do it. So started posting content. And then when I posted content, I was like, this feels really good. Like, I enjoy posting this content. I didn't tell anybody I started the account, so I had no followers on the account. It was just him, and I don't think I didn't follow my own account. It was just him. I had one follower. He would come on all my posts, edit all my videos for me. He would help me film them.
Unreal friend, bro.
Unreal friend. He was the one who set up this podcast studio
that's
for
incredible,
us.
bro.
Unreal friend. Thank you, Chuck.
Shout out, Chuck. Let's go.
But so he helped me out. I'd be in the bathroom at my my busing job. I'd be like, bro, like, you said you sent the video like 15 minutes ago. Like, the video's not. I've been in the bathroom for 15 minutes. You send it, I post it, I'd be freaking out. I'd be like, bro, the audio got messed up. I was obsessed. I went to Miami. I was loving it. Posted content every day. 80 followers. So that was the thing. And then syllabus week, right? So I'm doing really well for myself. I'm running all this. I'm finally dialing on my relationship with God. I had a relationship kind of that summer, like a few like situationships, and those just reminded me like why I should just focus on God and not the things of this world, the things that are really truly more fulfilling. And so syllabus week came around, and I was making friends, love my roommates. So I was going out with them, going out with girls, drinking, smoking again, staying up really late. Eating good food because I was very dialed in on my health journey at that point. I was fasting, all those good things, but syllabus week, it got me. So I was drinking and smoking for those like first 2 weeks. And then that kind of ended in that initial dopamine adrenaline rush. Getting into college, it just kind of went back down to baseline level, and I was like, all right, this freaking sucks, man. I don't want to go out drinking this week. It was like the third night of sleep this week. I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go out and drink right now. It's 11 p.m. in Miami, and we don't go out until now. This sucks. I don't go to bed till 3 a.m. So I was like, all right, I'm done. It hit me emotionally. I was lying in my bed. I'm like, man, like I'm not doing the right things. Like, I got a taste of it. I'm really not doing the right things. I'm working out. I'm getting good grades. But there's more to this. Like I said, like, it's not hard to work out and to get good grades and to have good. It's not hard. It takes some discipline and some willpower. You write down a list, you check those things off, but there's something missing. Something that's really missing, like a higher power in my life. And that was God. And then it convicted me. I was kind of just tearing up in my bed. I was like, this isn't it.
All right, y'all. Sorry to interrupt you guys in the podcast, but we are here to tell you guys about Upspace. Because if you guys don't have Upspace by now, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
Upspace is an app that's literally designed to level up your health. I think it's an app that everyone should be on. It's just full of content that's actually good for your health and designed to help you level up. There's workouts, recipes, and educational content from hundreds of health creators, including myself and Paul. And so if you're not on Upspace, definitely check it out.
When you look at most cookbooks that creators sell, they often sell a cookbook for like $50+. And in Upspace, the whole design of the Upspace app is to make being healthy affordable to everyone. So not only can you get Bryce and I's cookbooks, workouts, and daily educational content, just educating you guys on how you can eat and live how God designed us, but you also can get hundreds more cookbooks, workout programs, and just so many activities, so much value in this app, all for $36 for the entire year. And that's literally what the design of this app is to make it affordable for everyone. And right now, this is a limited time deal that they're doing this. So if you want to tap in and fight against these corporations, which is the whole goal of this, and to level up your health in any aspect, download the Upspace app today.
So that night I went out, I made a running video, doing some motivational speaking, kind of like
Why do I feel like I remember this, bro?
You do remember
I probably
this.
remember this.
David Goggins style. I made like 2, 3, got better at it. My 4th one was a gem. Paul reposted it. He was like,
let's go, bro.
He was like, get this guy to 1,000. Paul reposted it. I'm like, I'm not letting this guy down. Like, he believes in me. Like, I got to believe in myself. God convicted me to make these videos. Paul reposted it. I've got 1,000 followers now. Like, this is a legit Instagram account.
Yeah.
And I never looked back, and I just got more and more and more and more dialed in. I was posting videos every day, pouring my heart and soul into them. Got back from winter break, had like 3,000 followers. I mean, didn't make too much progress, but it was great. Then people started realizing who I was. So that was a challenge in itself, but I loved what I was doing, and I was never gonna quit. I just knew from the second you reposted me, I knew. Like, I'm going to make this work. This is going to be it. Yep. I really didn't even have a plan B. It was kind of all just sent on. I was just like, I'm going to make fitness content.
Bro, let's go.
So I kept making fitness content. I started the How I Won the Days at Miami.
Classic.
Well, you were hungover.
Absolute classic.
Kind of a conviction style. And so I got a lot of hate trending on Yik Yak when people are doing the most outrageous things at Miami. I'm trending on Yik Yak. And it didn't really faze me. I made one really, really good friend in Miami that was in a lot of my videos. Shout out to him. He really hyped me up. He was like, bro, like, you're doing all the right things. Like, you're gonna really make it big, bro. Like, you're growing fast, 5,000, 6,000 followers. You're growing fast. Like, keep doing your thing, bro. Like, I respect the hell out of it. Like, just keep dialing in on this. And I was like, yeah. And that really just gave me all the motivation I needed to just solidify myself, just tie the knot and just keep dialing in. End of the year, I was up to 25,000 followers, and I made a video that's in my drafts where I was like, I'm not coming back to Miami next year. I'm going to be making fitness content. I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but I'm not going to be here at Miami. I'm just going to be making fitness content full time, and I'm not going to be back to college and do some traveling. I am still enrolled at Miami, but I'm not going to be here. And then that summer, I kind of took off, got to 100,000 followers, and
now today, bro, hit 300,000.
300,000 now.
Let's go. Congrats, bro.
And then, yeah, that's kind of my journey there, kind of all
Dude.
said and done.
Yeah, something that I'll say is when I saw Luke's content, like from the jump, it honestly like reminded like myself, like you reminded me a lot of myself back when I was in that journey, like similar style videos, like the day in the lives, like content, a very high quality, but just not getting what I believed it deserved at the time. And that's why I knew like you spoke with so much conviction too. Like those videos, bro.
Yeah.
You could feel the passion. You could feel like how real it was.
Bro, and I'm making
Bro.
those videos in my dorm. The hallway's right outside. I hear people walking down the hallway. I put down the phone. I'd be like, oh my god.
Gotta wait for them to walk by.
Yeah, bro, because I'm literally yelling into my phone. My roommate would come back and be like, I can hear you from halfway down the hallway making this video. I'm like, no. And then every time I left my room, it was like an anxiety feeling because it's like everybody's looking at me, bro. Like people know who, especially by the time I had like 10,000, everybody's looking at me, bro. Everybody knows.
100%.
I'm that kid that does that stuff.
Yeah, no, 100%. And at that point, like that's got to be so difficult. And I'd love to touch on that because, especially because you were making content, literally calling out kids in Miami, like kids
My
at
next door neighbors.
Yes,
Yeah,
literally,
your
bro.
neighbors.
Bro was going for war. Like he was actually like just calling people out. Like
But
just
sometimes people need that conviction though.
yes, they need it. 100%.
One kid, bro, I was walking down like the hallway at my classes. We don't really have hallways, it's like outside stuff, but whatever. There was like a canopy over us, and he was like, because he didn't want to be heard. He didn't want to be heard. He was like, yo, bro, I mess with the content. He was saying this as he was walking by, like, yo, I mess with the content, bro. The haters. I was like,
Yes,
oh
bro.
my God.
Let's go, dude.
And then people were DMing me and people on campus were coming up to me in the gym. Yo, I love the videos, bro. I love what you're doing. Like, a lot of respect for you. People who work at the gym were like, yo, like, one of the guys came up to me. He's like, you're famous now. I was at like 6,000 followers. I'm like, I'm getting there. He was like, no, but in all seriousness, like, we all really respect what you're doing here. And to have that community of people who I want to behind me. All the people that were hating on me, I wanted to be nothing like. All the people that were getting behind me were the people I respected the most, and to have respect from them meant everything. I finally respected myself, and it took up all my time after classes. I know you don't want to hear this, but I treat myself to a Celsius. I dial in on some editing.
Raw milk.
I look at your templates, take some of your templates, grind out reels.
Let's go.
And that was my entire day. Get good grades, make good content. I didn't even really know what the deal with school was at that time, but get good grades because I'm here. Parents are paying
Make
for
them
it.
proud.
I'm gonna make them proud.
Yep.
That's the biggest thing. Make my parents proud too, bro. I gotta take this back to when I first got caught with weed sophomore year.
Of high school. Okay.
My dad, my mom, found my pen.
Oh gosh.
I was walking by her going up the stairs, and she was like, listen, I found your pipe. I guess she called it a pipe. She was like, we're going to be talking about this later. And I knew she wasn't going to be talking to me about it. So I walked downstairs, and my dad's there sitting with it, and he's going, he wasn't even mad. And that was the most painful part. He wasn't even mad.
Just the disappointed.
He was disappointed and concerned. And I just broke down crying. And I went back to school, and I was writing in my notes, like, why are you doing this? Like, you're ruining your relationship with your mom and dad. Like, you know this is stuff that you're not going to be doing. I told my brother I'm quitting weed. 5 days later, I smoked weed again. And it was like this. So I know it's ruining me. And I go back to it.
Yeah.
But anyways, I just wanted to share that because that's just the part where it's like, man, like, oh, that hurts, man.
Yeah.
That hurts.
100%. Letting down your parents, like the worst feeling of all time. And especially like the bigger thing even is making promises to yourself and realizing you aren't keeping them. Oh, I'm never going to do this again. I can't even tell you the amount of times all of us have said that. I'm never going to do this again. I'm done. Next day, back into it.
Bro.
And it's constantly breaking promises to our family, to our future selves, to ourselves now, and to God, which kills your confidence, kills who you are as a man, as a person. And it's so important to kind of.
It's your life force.
Yeah, literally.
It does. It drains you.
100%.
Drains you.
And there's no doubt to kind of go back to like the persecution you were receiving during that time. Like, there's no doubt if you weren't doing the things you were telling yourself you were going to do, and you had a ton of proof of who you were and who you were going to become, there's no doubt that hate would have gotten to you. You would have been weaker. Your confidence would have been weaker. You would have fell right back into what everyone else is doing. But because you were doing what you were telling yourself you were going to do, you were seeing proof from others telling you, and also just yourself keeping promises, like that must have kept you motivated to keep going and gave you the confidence to keep pushing through. But still, bro, like I actually, it's funny because our stories actually line up like
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah, when
like.
you were saying your story earlier,
It's
I was
kinda
like,
crazy,
man, this
bro.
is like this.
Like, 'cause I remember being in the dorms doing the voiceovers, like being quiet,
Yeah.
like because I'm scared of other people.
I was not quiet though. I was
Yeah,
just
you were-
waiting for him to pass.
Yeah, bro. No, dude. Like, so funny. It's crazy how God does that. But, like, I just can put myself in your shoes there and understand, like, Miami out of all places, too.
Yeah.
Like, Miami out of all places. Like, yes, college has this culture, right? University of Miami is, like, next level culture. And you're attacking it. You're not only like, yeah, the drinking is bad, this stuff. You're saying, University of Miami
Bro.
students.
Miami is not even college. It's like Brickell, like downtown Miami. Like these are professional partiers, drinkers.
bro.
Like these
Like,
people come to
next level.
It's
Miami
their
like
life.
they
true
wear
party.
they wear the crap at their high school. Like they come to Miami with egos. Like
Yeah.
we're drinking, we're smoking. Like this is the boss. Like
Yeah. Bro, yeah.
I hate it. I hate
Yeah,
it.
bro.
You're like slaying the giant. Like you're like taking on like one of the biggest like party schools. Like,
Yeah.
100%.
So that added fuel to the fire because at one point, like especially when I had that friend in Miami, I was just laughing about it, making the videos. He's like, bro, you're getting a lot of hate on Yik Yak. And I was like, yeah, I'm doubling down tonight.
Bro, that's the mindset to have.
What
though.
kind of stuff would they say like on Yik Yak? Like,
Oh my, just the most outrageous stuff.
I
Like,
can see the comments still,
like-
or your comments before.
like some homosexual stuff, like random stuff. Like I don't even want to bring it up because I don't know the exact stuff, and,
Yeah.
and for me to try to paraphrase that just sounds stupid because the comments were stupid.
Yeah.
It was just stupid stuff. Some of it was like somebody's gonna tell this kid to calm down, like says he followed Jesus, but he's really just out here like spreading hate. It's like,
yeah,
all right, like that, you're just not understanding it. Like I'm
Yeah.
convicting my old self. Like this is what my old self would need to hear when I'm waking up hungover. Like, well, you're hungover. I'm doing just
Getting
stuff
down,
that I
yeah.
enjoy, and you know it's good for you. And
100%.
I'm out here, and if you want to like talk in DMs, I respond to everybody
Yeah,
with wholeheartedness, voice memos. So
yeah,
like not out here spreading hate, spreading conviction.
bro. And that's the thing. Like, that's why the people who are hating the most are actually the people you're impacting the most, because
Yes.
it's speaking to them a lot. Like, it's bothering them. They're feeling that conviction
Yeah.
because they know it's true. You know what I mean? You don't get angry at something that isn't true. Like, if it's not true, it's not real, then why do you care? You know what I mean? So people felt that conviction like we all do. Like you said, you knew growing up that these things weren't good for you, that they were pulling you away from God and the person that he created you to be, yet you were still falling into that. And that's how the majority of the people live. And that's why I always say, like, confidence is actually rooted in your ability to be obedient to God.
Right.
Meaning the more that you can follow Jesus, the more that you're actually doing the things you're telling yourself you're going to do. Because Jesus is constantly in our ear telling us, like, do this, do that, don't do these things. And the more that you can listen to that, the more confidence you will have.
Yeah.
So I think it's powerful, bro.
But the thing that's still so hard that I struggle with is that every ceiling you reach is a new floor.
Mm.
So it's kind of like success. So like I hit 300K today, like as you said, and it's like, didn't even feel that good hitting 300K.
Yeah,
like,
I remember.
If you told me December in Miami about 1 year ago, I would be at 300K. I would literally break down crying, euphoric. But then when you hit it, it's like every step that you take to success takes one more step away.
Hmm.
So it's always just on the horizon and you're looking out at it and you never actually achieve it. So what the real journey is internal. It's not external. It's the inputs that you put in and the respect that you develop for yourself. Nothing external is ever going to fulfill me is what I'm realizing. It's the joy along the way and how present I can be in the moment and how fulfilled I can be by the journey I'm on, but not the destination that I'm going towards. Obviously, it's the principles, chasing God, chasing fitness, trying to inspire other people to do the same and to better their lives. But nothing I achieve is ever going to fulfill me. It's the journey and the lives I change, the DMs, those fulfill me. But success is always on the horizon. It's truly just trying to enjoy the journey. And I think that's what following God is all about. It's not really like seeking and always being one step away, but it's trying to enjoy where you're at now. So that's something I'm struggling with now. But openly, I'd say it. I think it's called vanity. I don't know. But it's something
Idolizing.
idolizing. I struggle with that a lot now. So, it's a new sin that I'm falling into. It's not drinking, it's not going out partying and lusting, but it's, this new challenge. So
100%.
No, absolutely. And I appreciate you being vulnerable and sharing that with us, because I know that's something that I experience and I face, and something that Paul's experienced and faced as well. And
Especially
it's
with content.
with
Yeah.
content, because it's numbers, it's metrics, it's
Yes.
likes, follows, shares, like all this, so we get caught up in it, and I relate to that too. Like
Yes.
once I had certain follower goals, you hit that, and it's like you think that once you hit this certain number, you reach this milestone, like you said,
yeah,
that's like, okay, this is the point where I'm good, or this is like,
yeah,
this is all I want. But then like once you hit that, then it's like, okay, now I actually want this. And it's always one step away. It's the person
Always.
you become along the way. Like that's actually what's
that's the
valuable
fulfilling
about it, like
part.
not the external stuff.
Exactly.
That is everything. Literally the journey. And especially when it's rooted in Christ, like once you actually tie everything back to Christ and you're not idolizing these different things, and which is obviously an endless battle, right? Like I could say right now, oh, I'm not idolizing social media and I truly am doing it all for God. But always there's going to be times where you're wavering on that. That's going to be an endless journey that we're all going to face, no matter whether you're doing content or not. Like we're always going to have to remind ourselves like what you're doing it for and who you're doing it for and why you're doing it. Because otherwise it's so easy to fall into those traps of like idolizing the results, idolizing the things that you're gaining, where really our whole journey here and our whole purpose here is to honor and glorify God in all the things that we are doing, and to allow God to use us in whatever way that he seems fit to build and glorify his kingdom. And that is our purpose. And that is actually where true fulfillment comes from. That is the only place we can find true fulfillment. And the devil will try to trick you into thinking that you need that girl, you need that relationship, you need that money, you need that fame, you need the followers, you need to get to 350,000 followers, then 500,000 followers. Then you'll feel good, or 10K a month, 20K a month.
Yeah.
All these different things is the biggest lie, because it takes you out of the present moment.
Yeah.
You can't enjoy where you're at and how far God has taken you because you're too caught up in the future and where you want to be and where you believe God's calling you to be. So the present moment is key. Like if you're in the past or you're in the future, you're not centered on God. That's exactly where the devil wants you. God wants you right in the present moment and right now. And he's existing right now in each and every moment. That's where you find God, is through the pursue of the present moment.
But I think that's the most beautiful thing about it.
Mm.
It's that as soon as you flip the switch, you've made it. As soon as you quit your job and said, I'm going all in on content, I'm following the Lord, I'm living my life devoted to health, wellness, and God, and faith, and inspiring others, you've made it at that point. Because I could say, I'm at 300K followers, I'll be happy when I get to 500K, a million. I look like I'm in pretty good shape, but I'll be happy. I'll be happy. I'll be happy when I can put up, X amount of weight.
Yep.
Or I'll be happy when I make X amount of money a month. But the thing is, and the beautiful thing is that I'm already on the journey. So as soon as I accept it, I can say I'm ready to be happy now. I'm ready to enjoy the present and to just enjoy the journey because I'm fulfilled with the life that I'm on. If Luke could leave my body and say, and direct myself and say, well, what would you want to say to yourself if you died right now, if you left your body somehow, what would you want to say to yourself? Would you want him to keep following this path? Would you want him to keep doing all these things? And I say, yes, he needs to clean up a few things and fix his mindset and stay focused on God and centered and always be kind to everybody and have the center of his focus be God and making people smile. But yes, the path that he's on is I respect myself. And that's the biggest thing. Just respecting yourself and enjoying where you're at now, because like we said, like success is always on the horizon.
Nope.
But the true
Worldly
success is being ready to enjoy it now.
No, 100%. And that's beautifully said. And I think it's so important because that makes people realize like it's available to each and every one of us. That success that we're talking about is available to all of us. And it's a decision that you can make today. Yeah. And that's to make the decision to go all in on your relationship with Christ. Go all in on seeking the plan and the purpose that God is calling you to. And that is available to all of us, no matter what stage you're in. Same way, like when you took that leap, right?
Yeah.
That was when you won. Yeah. That was when you won. When Bryce quit his job, that was when he won. When I chose to quit drinking and decided this is it, I'm going all in on my faith, that was the moment I won. It wasn't the followers that made me win. It was the decision to get in the pursuit of choosing God the best I possibly can. Not perfectly. We all fail, like you described. You have things you're struggling with. Bryce's thing he's struggling with. I have things I'm struggling with. You guys at home have things you're struggling with. Like, it's not about perfection. It's just about getting in that endless pursuit of the Lord and doing what you think he's calling you to do in each and every moment, and you will end up exactly where God's calling you to.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. That's the name of the game. just being happy where we're at now. I mean, I'm glad we came to that talking point, because I mean, it's so beautifully put. Like, I'm ready to be happy now. I'm ready to enjoy what I've accomplished now, and I respect myself. So whatever happens next, good things, bad things, ups and downs, I respect myself. I respect the input that I put in on a daily basis. Whatever the output is, whatever the achievements are along the way, that's great. But I respect the journey that I'm on. And that's the biggest thing.
That's beautiful. Just controlling your inputs too. Like, just focusing on what you can control, what we have control over, and just the daily inputs, like our habits, what we do, the foods we eat, if we exercise, like if we sleep in or not, like all the things that we can control. And like naturally as a byproduct, like we will reap fruit from the work that we put in. And like God will, and like that's the thing as well. Like all the worldly stuff, like the money, the followers, the fame, like whatever, like that stuff often will come as a byproduct just naturally. But that shouldn't be the focus of the intention. Like, that should always be rooted in Christ and in love, and trying to use our God-given abilities to inspire and spread love to as many people as possible.
And being surrendered to the outcome. So yes, you said like when we were in that pursuit, right? Naturally a byproduct can be the success, the worldly success, you know what I mean? But we need to be surrendered to the outcome, meaning we need to be okay. Like, listen, Lord, I'll give you my whole life. I will dedicate the rest of my life to you, even if I end up losing everything, even if actually my life gets way worse in a worldly stance. I'm divorced, I'm homeless, I have no money, I'm completely broke. Like, we need to have that level of surrender, knowing that no matter what happens, we will still have the same faith and trust in God, even if we lost everything tomorrow. And I think that's something we should all ask ourselves every single day. Like, if God took everything away from you right now, would you still love him? Would you still have that same trust and peace in him? Would you still be content with your life? Because at the end of the day, our worth should be centered in Christ, and that's where we should find our contentment, and also understanding that we're here to suffer, we're here to struggle, and that the whole end goal was already won. Jesus already defeated death. So we are, the gift that we all have right now is eternity with Christ, and that's all that actually matters. So at the end of the day, none of this matters. The only thing that matters is seeking the Lord and doing your best every day to honor and glorify him. All the other stuff, who cares? You know what I mean? And having that level of peace, knowing that if you died tomorrow, that you would rejoice.
Yeah.
Great. I'm with Jesus. Like, that's incredible. You know what I mean? That's what the goal is here. So once you can get to that level of peace, that's the peace that goes beyond our understanding that's talked about in the Bible. Yeah. That is how you gain that peace, and you gain that through that pursuit.
So beautiful. I was literally thinking, and it sounds wicked messed up, but I was on a plane ride over Miami when I was, like super, 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 leaning on God. I was at a point in my journey when I was in that lonely chapter, and God was everything. And I was like, there's a verse in the Bible that says never cease in prayer. And that was like kind of a point where I felt I was at in my life. I was always super connected with God. And I was on the plane, and I was like, literally, like, if this thing like went down, like, no, I know. But like, other than like wanting to call my mom and dad and my brother, but I was like, I'll be all right, because I know like the Lord's got me, and that
Jesus got you.
Yeah,
Jesus got you.
and that I'm happy with the way that I've been living my life, and I wouldn't want to do anything different. And I think that's what success is. And every morning, if I could just really ground and ask myself, like, do I respect what's on my plate today and the things that I'm going to do? Do I respect the things I've been doing the past few days, regardless of the output and the results? Do I respect the input that I've put in? Do I respect the work that I've put in? And if the answer is yes, then you shouldn't fear what the future holds. And I think that's like we're all just trying to answer this question that's just like, how do we enjoy life now and never feel like we have to make it and achieve that success, which is always one step away. And I think that's just a big question we're trying to unravel. But it's like, do you respect your inputs? And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Yeah, no, I think that's beautiful. And your inputs that are focused on building the kingdom of God and doing your best for God in that way. Like, that's what a state of repentance is. Yeah. And that's all we're called to do. Like, we're not called to be perfect, to have everything figured out. We're just called to give God our all and to just genuinely do our best and focus on the inputs. So that's why the results don't matter.
I feel like I'm at therapy right now.
Let's go, bro. No, this is epic. And yeah, I mean, bro, we could talk for hours and yeah, so I love this. And yeah, bro, I guess, should we gotta close it out? Like,
You guys got a big closing question for me?
Yeah, I was about to say, like, maybe, like, well, we can do two. Let's do two questions. I'll shoot you one real quick. But what would you say, like, if you could say to anyone that's watching this right now, like, what would you want to say to them? What message?
You don't have to have it all figured out, and you don't have to have it all planned out. You don't have to try to nail down exactly what the future holds. All that you have to do is the very best that you can today to take the steps that are right in front of you, the easy stuff, the steps that you know you need to take. All you have to do is write down those steps in a notebook, grab a piece of paper, wake up and check each and every one of those steps off. And then when you go to bed that night, feel fulfilled and know that you've made it. As soon as you flip the switch and you identify the good things in your life, the good in your life that you want to pursue, as soon as you take that day and you just check all the boxes and you really leave it all out there, you empty the tank, you can go to bed that night saying, I gave it my all and I wouldn't want to do it any other day. And at that point, you've made it, and all you need to do is just keep having more good days. And that's really what life's all about. It's not about the results. It's about the daily input that you put in, the intentions that you set for yourself, and the respect that you have for yourself to show up day in and day out and check the boxes that you know are the right things, the things that you need to do to take you to the places that you want to go, knowing that you'll never get there. But it's all about the journey. The journey is the only thing that matters. And the most beautiful thing that we have in life is respect for ourselves. So as soon as you flip that switch, you set your intentions and you write down the things you need to do. Only thing that's left is just checking off the boxes and just stacking up good days and enjoying the process.
Win the day.
Just win the day.
Win the day.
Win the day.
Let's go, bro. No, I love it.
It really is. Just win the day. It feels really good to go to bed knowing that, like, if you really, like, gave that day your all, you did everything that you know you're supposed to do, feels so good. Feels so good.
Absolutely.
Like, you can rest really, really easy that night. Feels awesome. Those are the best days.
Amen, bro.
Yeah.
Heaven on earth.
And all right, yeah. And my question, I mean, honestly, you touched very well and on a lot there that was going to tie into my question. But if you could look back at 14-year-old Luke 5 years ago today and tell your 14-year-old self one thing or one piece of advice, what would you say?
Lace up the best pair of running shoes that you got. Set a goal. 8 miles. Something that you've never done. Something that you don't think you could do. Put your head down. Hit the trails. Push yourself beyond your limits. And then realize that you can do anything that you set your mind to. And that you're capable of a lot more that you think. And that a lot can change in just one day of giving it your all. You can truly change your life and flip the switch, realize that you're a lot more capable than you ever thought was possible, and you can achieve more than you ever thought was possible. It's a beautiful thing to push yourself.
Let's go, bro. Amen. Absolutely lovable. Honestly, incredible episode. Great getting to know your story more and just who you are. So,
Loved it.
bro, absolutely inspiring story, and I'm sure so many people watching this can relate to what you went through and kind of how you got to where you are today. And I'm sure that people can take that and change their lives. Like, there's no doubt. But yeah, bro, thank you for being here.
Thank you for being
Appreciate
here.
it, bro.
Like I said, it was like therapy, like getting these thoughts out.
Let's go.
Just to a couple of good guys. Like we say, circle is everything. So I'm blessed to be, to have a seat at this table, and to have this platform to inspire others. Like I know I needed at one point. So I'm blessed to be here, and I just hope I can keep serving God in the best way possible. So thank you guys for bringing me this reminder, and thank you for having me on.
Amen, bro. And yeah, feel free. Take some raw milk to go.
I
too,
will
if you
most
want.
definitely be drinking
Gotta-
one more
gotta
cup of
put you
raw
on.
milk because I haven't had dinner.
Let's go, bro. I love it. I love it. Yeah, we've been filming for hours, guys. We've done a ton today. But yeah, I guess that'll finish us off. But
I'll do it.
yeah, thank you guys for watching. And together, let's save our generation. And always remember, Jesus got you. I'll see you guys in the next one.
See you guys.
Let's go.